Hello and welcome back to The Last Door. Last time we completed episode 1 and found out what was wrong with Beechworth Manor. This... yeah, I'm already flubbing up right now, so this is gonna be a good video. Anyway, let's move on to episode 2, Memories. Jeremiah Devitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend, Anthony Beechworth. He travels to his friend's manor in Sussex, where he learns of Anthony's descent into madness and death of his wife, Anna Beechworth. Devitt faces the perils of the house and finally finds the dead body of his friend, who committed suicide. Anthony's final letter warns Devitt of an unknown danger and asks him to remember this past by going back to the boarding school they both attended years back. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us each day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. Wow. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me. What's she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2, 3. Now! Wake up! Wake up! You can rest now, Mr. Devitt. That'll be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I'm confident now that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What'd you see? Can you describe it? Looked like an eye. It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, complete darkness, where an evil dwells deep below. Forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep down inside our being. In my case, that fear is already awoken. I can understand why you're disturbed, Mr. Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand her condition. If you think it would help, Doctor, I leave it in your hands. If the agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man could help, then I welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you have let your wife, Anna, die so awfully? These doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were your words a result of increasing loss of sanity? In your letter you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning toward me from a genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliant mind addled by insanity? Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easily again until I go back to that boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beekworth. Rest now in peace. Well, here we are again. He's got that coat and top hat again. So, let's explore around. Obviously got this mailbox right here. You can interact with it. Let's go rummage through their mail. What could possibly go wrong? My phone could go off, telling me I have an email. Shut up, phone. Stop doing that. Okay, enough of that. My brothers insist that you haven't abandoned me, but I'm sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and the honesty of your eyes. I got this address from a hospital in London, and pray that it reaches you safely. If that's the case, I want you to know that I'll be always waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway. Alright, so there's a guy in here that we should probably give this to. It's a statue. The Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember being very pristine, but it looks neglected and dirty now. Okay. A stone eagle lies on the floor. It appears to have broken off of the fountain. Let's pick it up then. Because it's an adventure game, you pick up everything that's nailed down. And if it is nailed down, you find the nail removing tool. Alright, let's talk to the first person we see then. Pardon. Excuse me, sister? Good evening, sister. Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. Devitt? I'm a former student in this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago. It is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of the patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to... Mr. Devitt, I'm afraid that we're too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there's little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everyone but Monsignor, of course. Monsignor? Exactly, but you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? It'd be good for me to appreciate the passage of time. I guess it'd be a good idea to visit this place again and perceive the passage of time. Perceive the passage of time? What are you talking about? This place will help me remember. If you have memory problems, I'd recommend you visit a doctor immediately and don't waste your time here. To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. I couldn't tell you why this place is so important for me, but it is a lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. Of course, you gotta take off your outfit again. Okay. So, let's explore then. Oh, yep, already got coughing. Among the baggages, I can see a packet of letters bound by twine. Doctor. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. Pay him no mind. He's been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother, Matthew. Juliet, why have you left me? Why don't you answer my letters? My letters. You see, the poor man's still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vinge. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Let's take a look at that postcard again. Yep, that's Matthew. So obviously something fishy is going on here. Let's give him the postcard. Mr. Vinge, I think this letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me, if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother's too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who has written to you. Oh, it's a letter from our mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you're recovering. I wish that your beloved sister and you come back home soon. Well, obviously she's making up what's in the letter. And these letters look suspicious, so let's steal it. Let's give the letters to Matthew. My letters? All the letters I wrote to dear Juliet. You never posted them. But why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refuse to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. Her only interest is marrying someone of your status, of our family's status. It was for your sake I did this. I did it to protect you from that woman's treachery. No, you're only thought about yourself, of your vanity. I can't bear to look upon you anymore, Mary. Leave me be. From this day forth, you're no sister of mine. You dare banish me? I who have stayed by your side all through your illness? Very well, Matthew. You'll have your way. I'll leave you and then you'll see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. Well, can't say I know if we did good or bad. Thanks be to the Lord you have come to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please, take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It is my lucky coin, though I hope it serves you better than it has myself. So I have a coin. Hope it brings me better luck than Mr. Vinge. Okay. And we have a letter here on the table. Let's look at that. Magazine entitled Weird Tales. Well, I guess we can't read it then. Let's talk to this person. Are you alright, madam? There's a rhythmic sound, like you're breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my leg, and I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp and there was nothing. I'm sure it's just a nightmare. Madam? Poor woman has fallen into an uneasy, fitful sleep. Well, that's not good. I have another person here. He's quite a pale young boy. He's asleep. Man. Pity. Please, someone. Pity. I'm sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there, next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she's beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. The gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful, if that's possible. Alright, let's keep looking around then. It's a classroom. What's this here? Remember we used to keep some of our textbooks. Now there's a music box. Take a look at it. Music box. Probably belonged to one of the students. Well, I would look around trying to figure out how to use the music box, but I'll just tell you now. Time to start combining items. That doesn't work. Nope, can't break it. Alright, so that doesn't seem to do anything right now. Dear brother, I've received your letter and I'll try to write you more frequently. Hope that you're studying a lot and feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot. When are you coming back? Father's in bed with fever and I don't feel very well, but I'm on medication. Today's my birthday and I'm feeling blue. It's quite and boring Sunday to the village. Mom is going to cook us a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. Wish we could eat it together. Right back soon. I'm looking forward to knowing how you're doing. What are you doing? What are you learning? How is Scotland and so on? Big hug. I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. So it looks like this classroom still hasn't been disturbed in quite a while. January 5th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of a lecture for no reason, even during his favorite class, theology. January 18th, 1876. Today Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment and was expelled from class for it. Even Devitt was admonished just for reading a philosophy book. Hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire towards me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. So we see Devitt is talked about here. January 21st. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture, he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit. January 22nd. Father Eugene taught our theology class today, even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had taken ill. What worries me is that Father Eugene is also starting to look unwell. February 20th. It's been a month since we last saw Father Ernest. We were told that he is still sick, but if he's so ill, why has a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken it upon myself to read on my own. Hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. February 23rd. It was announced this morning that school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodge the question. I'm starting to think they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, but though they try to hide behind a calm face. What about Father Ernest? I hear he is alone to remain after we vacate the premises. There's a picture in the diary. Is the photograph from my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, and Anthony. I do not remember the names of the others. One of the faces has been completely scratched out. Huh, that's weird. There's an odd sentence written on the board. In death there's hope. In death there's life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. Looks like it's been there for years, and the chalk has been faded in some places. Well, we've explored parts of the former boarding school and found out that a lot of people have been getting sick here even before it was a hospital-like place. So, next time on The Last Door Chapter 2, or Episode 2 rather, we're going to continue exploring and see if we can figure out more about what's going on here. See you guys next time.